Yo, yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Let's get it. Wow. That's all I have to say. Market is down another 1.3% on ES, down another 2% on NQ. Another major gap down. NQ is now down 14% from all-time highs. We are in full-blown correction territory. ES is trailing behind a little bit, down about 8%. Market is in trouble. In trouble. And tonight we're going to get into it. What's up, everybody? What's good? Sean, Lewis, NOD, Master, Steadfast. What's good, my brother? Zay, Carlos, Monica, Cherry, Bernadette, AP, Gameboy Tommy, Meta, Caesar. What's up? Trey, Killmonger, what's good? Bree, how you doing tonight? Jonathan, Steven. Let's go, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. Let's get right into it. We got a big night ahead of us. Market is in a limbo. For real. Market is in trouble. Everybody called me crazy last week. Crazy. Market's going back to all-time highs. Market's doing this. Market doing that. Market's not going to put in a lower high. Market's not going to put in a lower low. Everybody's taking bounces all week. Don't get me wrong. I did as well. But, you know, it is what it is. You live and you learn, man. You live and you learn. Alrighty. Let's do the damn thing. So, as always, man, anybody that's new here, the way that we structure the lives is we're going to go over the economic calendar first, and then we are going to get into the charts. We're going to go over futures first. That'll be ES and Q. Then we'll get in my game plan on QQ and SPY. Then we'll get into the individual names for the week ahead. A lot to cover tonight, guys. So you guys sit back, relax, and let's get it, man. Let's kick it off first with this economic calendar. Make sure everybody's up to date, and let's get it, man. So here we are. Going into Monday, August 5th, 2024. To kick the week off, we have PMI, which is going to be at 9:45 Eastern Standard Time. After that, we have ISM, which is going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have a Fed speaker. Obviously, that's later in the evening. Don't really care too much about it. It's not J-Powell. My opinion doesn't really matter. Tuesday, nothing really going on. Clear there. Wednesday, nothing really going on. Clear there. Thursday, we do have data. As always, we have jobless claims. So in terms of this week, economic data, I would say we're coasting. Monday is important. Obviously, we have PMI at 9:45. 10 a.m. we have ISM. But outside of that, focus on the charts. I 100% would be comfortable swinging this week because there is no data. We do have a pretty interesting earnings lineup. I'll go ahead and cover that real quick. So you guys can see what we're looking forward to. But yeah, in terms of economic data, we're pretty much good to go, right? We can just focus on the charts, which I'm super excited about. And yeah, man, I'm very excited to just be able to focus on the charts. Last week was kind of a bit hectic. FOMC, CPI, PPI, earnings, all this shit coming out. And I really wanted to swing. I really wanted to swing last week. You guys know that. I talked about it heavy on Sunday. Posted on my watch list. Pretty much, everything you could do, I did it, right? The only reason I didn't swing confidently was because of earnings, because of FOMC. And costed me a little bit of money. I had a great week last week, don't get me wrong, but last week could have been, who knows? If there was no data and we could have just swung confidently, that would have been massive. Anyway, though, this is the earnings calendar for the week ahead. Monday after close, we have PLTR. That's a pretty interesting one. We have Lucid. A lot of small and mid caps reporting this week. Palantir, Lucid on Monday after close. Tuesday, pre-market, we have Uber. We have Cat. Cat's a fun one to trade sometimes after earnings. Tuesday after close, we have Rivian. We have Airbnb. We also have Upstart. Pretty interesting names here. Shopify Wednesday pre-market. Definitely interested in that. Disney pre-market Wednesday. Definitely like that. Lyft is also reporting. Pretty fun one to trade. Robinhood Wednesday after market close. Datadog. That is going to be Thursday pre-market. trade desk, fun one to trade. That's going to be Thursday after close. So we got a little bit of opportunity here in terms of the earnings calendar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. About 12 different solid names we could trade. Say 13 with CVS. If we can get a nice gap up or gap down on one of these names, I think we can get a nice post-earnings setup here. So Unity's also a fun one. So we got a lot of opportunity this week outside of the charts, just off earnings alone. There's a bunch of small and mid caps. I do like trading them. They're very fun to trade if you can get a nice move on them. They move nice. So we'll definitely keep an eye on these names. That's what I like this week. In terms of straddles or anything, probably just going to stay patient there. And yeah, man, let's get into these charts. This is where the fun begins, man. We got a lot to cover. We have a lot to cover. We're gonna go ahead and kick it off with ES. We're gonna start at the monthly here because it is definitely a sight to see. Here we are. This is the monthly chart, and wow. I mean, this is everything we wanted to see, right? If you guys want to learn, right? You guys want to... Ethereum's dumping. Let me see real quick. Where's Ethereum at? Oh, wow. Ethereum is getting murdered. Absolutely murdered. Absolutely murdered. Sheesh. We're down at... Wow, 21 to... Wow, we're at my demand zone. Might pick up some Ethereum here in a minute. Didn't I just say this? Hold on a second. Didn't I just... Hold on. Let's take a step back real quick. Did I not just say... Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's take a step back. We're getting off... We're getting off... I just said this today at 2 o'clock. I know we're getting a little off topic here. Sorry, guys. Look at this. Today at 2 o'clock. I think we can see a similar move as we've seen in the market. Well, what do you know? 20% downside move in a matter of a day. Absolutely insane. Anyway, I do like Ethereum down here at 2100, 2200. You guys can see that this is a very big demand. So I'm likely going to pick up some Ethereum here in a minute. Looks like Bitcoin's also pulling back. But this is a major demand. To be honest, I'm about to buy some here in a second. Where are we at? 2204. 2204. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to buy some Ethereum real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to pick up some Ethereum. Literally right as we speak. My game plan here is this is going to be a very short-term swing. I just picked up... a couple Ethereum here. I picked up 7. My average is 2178. I just picked up 7 Ethereum. I'm going to keep a stop below 2000. This is going to be my stop here. My stop is going to be below 2000. I think we can see at least a nice 10%, maybe 15% move back into 2500 or 2700 by the morning. I mean, in this case, right, you want to talk about risk to reward. My average is 2178 on this entry. So I'm risking about 78 points. This is my risk, right? I'm risking 78 points for a potential $200, $300 move back into 2500, which would be my target. 2500 and then 2700. So that's like a 8 to 10 hour trade, right? Depending on where I take profit. So I'm very comfortable with that. I'm very comfortable. I already entered personally. Like I said, my average is 2178. I literally just entered. Yeah, man. So that's where I'm at right now. I think this looks good for an overnight swing into tomorrow. Maybe this week we can hold it. I'm gonna keep a stop below that 2000 level. That's my stop. You guys know the game plan. I just went over it. I'm very comfortable holding Ethereum here. You guys can see this is a very significant demand. So I'm very comfortable picking some up. I would have bought more, to be honest, but I don't have any more buying power. I gotta move some stuff around, so that's why I just picked up Ethereum. I think we'll see a nice move overnight into tomorrow. I mean, to be honest, right now we're already up 7. If you just entered, this is almost up 10%. Like, if you just entered with me right now, that's $100 per coin. Like, that's literally almost 10%. So if you wanted to scalp it, you could scalp it. I'm gonna hold though. I think, like I said, I truthfully think we can get back into 2,500, which would be about 15-20%. I'd be very cool with that. Give me 1 second. I think it's definitely worth it though. I think it's definitely worth it. I mean, like I said, right now we're already up a little bit, but I just grabbed some. All right, let's get back to the charts here. Sorry, we got a little off task. Bitcoin too. Bitcoin's not quite where I want to pick it up yet, but if Bitcoin comes down into this 49.50 area, 100% comfortable picking up some Bitcoin for a short-term swing there too. I think Solana looks great also. Solana's in this demand here. I am a little hesitant with Solana due to how many times we bounced off this demand, but I think the longer it holds, this could be a nice swing as well. But Ethereum's my favorite right now, especially with that big aggressive sell like we just seen. I love this. I love this on Ethereum. I mean, like I said, right now, at this specific moment, I'm up 7.5%. I mean, I have a $16,000 position. I could literally sell right now and make 1,200 bucks. But I'm not going to. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, literally right at this second, I'm up $1,162. I'm up $1,215 right now. You guys just seen me enter, what, 5 minutes ago? I'm already up 1,200 bucks in 5 minutes. I realistically could take profit. The more I think about it, the more I want to. I've never really scalped crypto though. This would be like a scalp. But we literally just bottom ticked that. If you guys just entered with me, just now you're up 10%. That's a $150 move. I think we can get back into 2,500 though, truthfully. I think we could see 2,500 soon. Maybe in the next couple minutes, to be honest. Yeah, right now I'm up 1,300, 1,400 in a matter of 5 minutes. But I want more. I think we can get that 2,500. Very curious. Did anybody actually enter with me? Very curious. Solana looks good too, man. It does. Solana looks very good. 120, 125. This demand's huge. Solana or Ethereum you could pick up right now. I'm already in Ethereum, but I'm honestly about to buy. I just gotta move it from my ledger. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time though. That'll take like 10-15 minutes to do that. Yeah, Solana looks good and Ethereum. We're already up 10%, 11%. Jesus. I'm up 1,600 now. I mean, if you wanted to, you could take profit, right? I wouldn't judge you for it. I mean, that's literally 10, 11% in a matter of 5 minutes. So that's a good trade. But I want more. I think we can get that 2,500. Anyway, I'm off of this. The more I look at it, the more I want to sell. So I'm done looking at it. Let me set an alert actually, so I get notified. The more I look at it, the more I want to sell. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of this. All right, back to stocks. NQ looks good too, in my opinion. We'll hop into NQ in 1 second. Actually, yeah, no, we'll go with ES first. All right, here we go. Back to the market. Sorry, guys, took a little detour. That was a good detour, though. That was a nice detour. That's a good detour. All right, here we are. ES monthly chart is finally showing us what we want to see, right? I mean, this is. I mean, you guys can go to Google and type it in. This is a classic bearish reversal pattern, evening star, right at the top of all-time highs. But what's more important, and I encourage you guys to do so, go back and rewatch these Sunday lives. Before this candle was even formed, right? When we looked just like this, what I said was going to happen, happened, right? Not only did it happen, but we executed. I said if this July candle, meaning this candle right here, I said if this July candle closes below 5,600, this August candle, first push back into 5,600 is worthy for a swing. And that's where I picked up that swing. That's why I picked it up. Unfortunately, I didn't hold very long because of earnings and stuff. But just go back and rewatch. There's so much value in these Sunday lives. And if you look at the current state of the charts, it did exactly that. We closed below that previous month's high, came back up, retested 5,600, and we've seen an absolute murderous drop. Like, just insane. But right now in the monthly, I mean, this chart has a lot of room lower, right? Like, if you're talking about perspective, the move we've seen on the hourly and daily is nothing compared to what could happen here on the monthly, right? Like, if you're looking at this monthly time frame, shit hasn't even got started. Like, this is nothing, right? Like just perspective, right? Last time we had a red month, what happened afterwards? We pushed back into all-time highs, right? We had 3 red months back here, which I think was a 12% move. So talk about perspective real quick, right? This move so far is 8%. So if we have a 3-month pullback right now, the way the current ranges are, we're talking a move, right? Realistically, right? Back down into 5,000, maybe even 4,800, right? And where we're currently trading, we're down 7%. So when we hit correction territory like we have on QQQ, right? So let's say 5,100's correction territory on ES. I think once we get down in that correction territory, that panic is really going to set in, and that's when we'll see that move down into that 4,800. Like, realistically, end of year, if what I'm about to mention takes place, I think we'll see sub 5,000 end of year, or very soon for that matter. The way that we've been trading is very possible. Very, very possible. Weekly standpoint, I mean, this is nasty, right? This is literally nasty, right? We just broke that massive uptrend last week. On top of that, this weekly candle last week was green at one point, right? So if you want to talk about weakness, buyers were in control at one point, right? Sellers flipped that whole candle, took it to the floor, and here we are, right? So we broke this uptrend. We swept that previous structure. Monthly chart is indicative of further downside with plenty of room to run. Weekly chart, I would say we got some room in the tank here, for sure. From like a weekly standpoint, for sure. There's a big level here at 5250, which I'm about to mention. But weekly chart for sure has some room lower. In my opinion, like an ideal scenario will be this, right? We're probably going to continue lower, back down into 5,000. We'll catch some relief around this 5,000 level, and then we'll pop again. Ideally, we pop back into 5,400. That'll form this weekly head and shoulders, and we can look for another, obviously, swing entry for a move down lower, right? Now, this is a weekly chart. So if we're talking about perspective, this is going to happen, or if it does happen, over the next 2 to 3 months, right? Like, realistically. But, like, from a right now standpoint, which we need to be talking about, let's get down to the daily. Daily chart, fully reversed, right? There's no question about this. There's no nothing, right? There's no question about this. Fully reversed, right? We broke this uptrend, very clear. We obviously have, the all-time highs paired with that break of structure. This is where we first entered a swing on that lower high, swept those previous lows, put in a new lower low, popped back into that lower high where we re-entered a swing again, put in a new lower high, swept those lower lows, and this is where we're currently trading. What does a downtrend consist of, right? Lower lows and lower highs. This daily chart is flipped, right? And in my opinion, last week I made multiple mistakes, and I take full accountability for my trading. There is zero reason why I should have been looking for relief bounces last week. Zero, right? No, don't get me wrong. Those major demand, great. But I was a little bit more eager to take those relief bounces versus what's really happening on this chart, which this is aggressive selling. Not only aggressive selling, but these higher time frames are flipping. So those macro demand bounces, sure, they look good, but there is no macro demand now, right, until 5,000, right? There's nothing on this chart that makes me say, hey, I want to go long besides this 5250 and this 5,000, right? From a perspective standpoint, 5,100 is big as well, but this is nasty, right? This is nasty. But let's get down and talk about these hourly levels that we trade this week. Number one is the big demand I want to talk about is that obviously that 5250, 5270 area, right? So essentially where we're currently trading. You guys can see we broke that major uptrend. Chart's fully flipped here. Now, as I was speaking about, right, monthly chart, party is just getting started. People are just showing up. They just brought their bottles. They just brought their beer. They just brought their little weed. You know, party's getting started here, right? Weekly chart, party started at 12. It's about 1 or 2 a.m. There's plenty of life left in that party, right? Daily chart, we're approaching the end of the party, right? It's getting to the point where people are smashed, they're tired, they're ready to go home, right? That's where we're at here. And if you get down to the hourly chart, in terms of the analogy I'm using, people are sick, right? People are like, all right, I want to go home, right? We're just very overextended. Monthly, just getting started. Weekly, plenty of room to go. Daily, we're getting a bit extended. Hourly time frame, it's like, all right, we need relief, right? Like that, it's past the point of systematic selling, right? Like unless we start triggering breakers, and that's a different story, right? Right? Like I mean, we're down 6%, right? Let's talk about perspective. 5,600 to 5,300, right? 5,300 with, I can count how many green candles we've seen since last Wednesday, right? Like that is absurd. Last time we've seen a move like this was COVID, right? Like this is huge. Like I think people are overlooking the significance of the move we made last week, right? The ranges, the ATR was absolutely insane, right? Like absolutely insane. IV on contracts was literally double what it has been all year through FOMC and through earnings, right? People are underestimating the weakness in the move that we've seen last week, right? With that being said, though, at this specific moment, what I want to talk about, right? At this specific moment, there's going to be a point in time where we do see relief, right? I don't want to continue to try to time the bottom without seeing any type of strength. Because if you look through this move off 5,600, which makes me sick looking at this chart, side note, right? I literally had a swing right here. I sold Wednesday here. That is sickening, right? I looked at the contracts yesterday. If I would have held, right? I know I'm kind of getting off track right now, but if I would have held Friday into close, I would have been up like 450, 500K, so half a mil, right? Of half a mil. If I would have held my position from here to Friday, it was like a half a mil. So talk about FOMO. That's definitely FOMO. Anyway, it just makes me sick looking at the chart. But like I said, from a risk to reward standpoint, charts are super overextended. I mean, I think there could be nice value here, 5270, 5250, right? So this week, what I'm going to be watching is a continued pullback, right? If we pull back into this 5250, 5270 area, this is where I'm going to look for a relief bounce. Like I said, I'm not super excited about these relief bounces until I see some sort of strength. So 5250, 5270 is my watch here for a demand bounce, but I want to see some strength in that area first before I go long, right? Now, on the other hand, if we do see some signs of relief, right? We do see some signs of relief. The next major supply is back up here at 5430, right? You guys can see this supply here is absolutely massive, right? This was that big demand that is now trading at supply. So my main watch is going to be a push back into the supply. There is a higher risk entry I'm watching, which would be at 5380. If we approach this 5380 and we show weakness, I would be interested in a reject there, right? But my main watch is going to be a push back to this 5400, 5440 area for a reject. This is where I'll also look to re-enter a swing position on ES or SPY to go short, right? So the main watch is going to be some sort of relief back in at 5380 for a higher risk entry, or that main watch being 5400, 5440 on ES for a reject and a swing entry. That'll be a retest of that previous structure, put in another potential low or high on the daily, then we can catch that next leg down. Hopefully it's something similar to what we've seen last week. But as of right now, I just don't want to get caught in this selling, right? I don't. So my game plan is very open-ended. I'm super eager to trade the downside due to how aggressive we are. Dips are just not being bought, which I'm completely fine with, right? But yeah, that's what I'm watching. Like realistically, if we break right? If we break this 5250, next level here on ES is down into 5200, right? And this is going to be my main watch. If we somehow, right, let's just talk about scenarios. If we somehow, from right now into tomorrow or this week, continue selling into 5200, 5215 with no relief, I 100% would take a very, very high confidence bounce, right? No question. No question. 5200, 5215. If we get down there tomorrow or sometime this week with no relief, a key point, I 100% would take a very high conviction, high confidence bounce off that demand, right? Higher risk demand bounce would be 5250. Like I said, the main watch though is going to be a push back into 5380. So if we push back into this 5380, that's going to be my watch for a reject, with the main watch being this 5400, 5440 for a higher conviction reject, and we can also look to enter a swing there, right? So that's the game plan here on ES. Beautiful chart. It's a deadly chart too. You guys can see this selling is absolutely nutty, right? It's crazy, absolutely crazy. And NQ is even crazier, which we're about to get into right now. So here we are. This is NQ, which, wow, it just broke that demand. I'm currently long NQ, and I'm going to explain to you guys my rationale in one moment. But let me take a drink of water real quick and we'll get started. Alrighty, let's get it. Yeah, I don't know why the light thing isn't working. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let me try to refresh it. Let me see. See if I can get that fixed for you guys. So right now I owe you guys a giveaway. See if I can get this fixed. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not working. Anyway, I owe you guys a giveaway right now. Alright, here we go. This is NQ. Pretty much similar scenario to ES, but obviously a lot weaker. Right now, we're down about 14% from all-time highs. Full-blown correction territory. Swept those previous months low. This is dangerous, right? So, just to talk about the chart structure real quick, right? For one, we just broke, right, that massive structure. But as you guys can see here, we are testing this massive uptrend since 52-week lows, right? This isn't any old uptrend. This is the uptrend, right? If you want to talk about a monthly structure flip, this is the trend, right? Like, this is the monthly trend, as you guys can see here. This is the third touch of this major trend line support. This is why I'm taking NQ long overnight, right? Like right now, I am long NQ. I entered a little while ago. I'm actually down a little bit, but this is why I am long NQ right now, right? I'm gonna break it down a little bit further in a second, but this is one of the main reasons. We're testing this massive uptrend trend line support. Outside of that, this chart is dangerous, right? Obviously, we have that big rejection off of highs. We swept this massive monthly structure here at about 18,500. So the game plan this week is going to be looking for a pop back into that 18,500 to reject that previous structure, and that's where we can look to go short for an entry lower, right? So that's what I'm watching here on the monthly. If you get down to the weekly, that's going to look at a little bit different. What I'm going to talk about, though, is as you guys can see, we are testing that massive trend line support. This is this massive uptrend, right? You guys can see this is huge, absolutely huge. From a weekly standpoint, this is big, right? Very, very big. And like I said, my personal opinion, right? If you want to talk about just opinions, right? I think that we'll see a move down into 17,200, right? So we'll see a little bit lower. We'll start to hold down here, and then we'll get a pop, right? Ideally, we get a pop back into this 18,800 area, form this weekly head and shoulders, as I was talking about on ES, very similar chart, and then we can enter a swing up there and look for that leg lower. This will be like an A+, beautiful scenario, right? Now, this is the weekly chart, same thing I stated on ES. Obviously, this is going to take 2 to 3 months to play out if it does, but that's my personal opinion on what I think will happen, right? But weekly chart, extremely weak here. I think it's getting a little bit extended, but it has plenty more room to go. Daily chart, it's extended, right? It's getting to that point where it is extended, right? Without doubt, it is extended. Do want to talk about some levels here. On the daily, I'm going to go ahead and fix this. As you guys can see, extremely weak. Everything I said was going to happen last week literally happened. I literally preached to you guys till I was blue in the face about this 19,700 level, right? Last week, right, on Sunday, this is what the chart looked like, right? Just take a look here. When we did this exact Sunday live last week, this is what it looked like. And you guys can go back and rewatch it, right? This is what the chart looked like. We were trading right here. Verbatim, I said, hey, if we push back into 19,650, 19,700, this is an A+, high confidence reject area I am watching, not only for an intraday reject, but for a swing, right? Now, what fucked it up for me was earnings, right? If it wasn't for earnings, I would have held that swing until Friday or even until now, right? But swinging through earnings, and here it's more risk than I would have liked, because I would have been pissed if something happened from earnings and messed up the chart, right? But what I've noticed over the years, right, is the chart never lies. So I honestly probably should have just took it lighter size and held, but at the end of the day, hindsight is 20/20. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Good thing is, though, we did catch the reject. Bad thing is we didn't hold long enough. But you guys can see that was the exact game plan from last week, right? Exact game plan. When I mentioned that, it was right here at 18,900. I said if we pop back into that 19,700, this is where we can go short. And if you notice, from that exact level, NQ is down, I think, 1,600 points. Check this out. If you would have bought one contract of NQ, right? Let me just break some down for you guys, which is $20, right? $20 per $1. It moved 1,500. So if you would have bought one contract of NQ and held until right now, you would have been up 30,000 off one contract. If it was MNQ, you would have been up 3,000 per contract. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. God damn it! Why are y'all mentioning Ethereum? Now I gotta go look at the chart. Ah, there we go. Nice. We're up 11% still. We're up almost 12%. So I'm up probably like $1,700, something like that. Realistically, if we get 2,400, I'll sell. 2,400 is like 15%. I'll take that. 15%, I'll be up like close to 2K. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, let me get off this chart. The more I look at it, the more I want to sell. NQ though, game plan. Right now, we are testing a there we go. Right now, we are testing this daily 200 MA. So to add in confluence with that monthly trend line I was talking about, we're testing that daily 200 MA, which is a very respected support. So my game plan here on NQ is similar to Ethereum, to be honest with you, and that is I went long on NQ a little while ago. I actually entered right here, so I am down right now, but I longed NQ off this daily 200, right? You guys know my rationale. It's that higher time frame, trend line support, plus that daily 200 MA. My game plan here is I'm going to keep a stop loss below 18,000, okay? That's my stop. So I'm risking about 100 points for a potential 300 point move back into 18,300, 18,400 morning or sometime this week, right? So I'm very comfortable with that. It's a 3-hour trade. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. That's the position I'm in along with Ethereum. Ethereum's already very green. It literally was green within 5 minutes we entered. So if you guys want to sell Ethereum, I totally understand. Oh, wow. We're up a little bit more now. Yeah, we're almost up 15% on Ethereum. So I totally understand if you guys want to sell. Like I said, I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold. Hold it. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on a second. All right. So that's the game plan on NQ. Since we're talking about NQ, let's hop over to QQQ. Now, I just want to say this before we get into QQQ and SPY, guys. These charts are going to be a lot different in the morning, right? So right now, ES gap down 1.3%, NQ gap down 2.3%. So this QQQ chart is not going to look the same in the morning if we hold at these levels, right? QQQ is going to be down here at 437. SPY is going to be down here at 525. So I really don't want to go over these charts because they're not going to be here where I'm currently talking about them. But I'm going to go over a couple levels that no matter what, I would trade, okay? So specifically with SPY, that big supply on ES I was mentioning at 5440, 5400 correlates to 537, 538 on SPY. This is a no-brainer trade for me, right? So if SPY catches some relief and we push back into 537, 538, this is where I'm going to look to take a reject, maybe even another potential swing entry off of this supply. This is my main watch, hands down, right? You guys can see the significance of that level. 537, 538 is my main watch for a reject. Like I said, in terms of a relief bounce, man, it's tough, right? It really is tough. But there is a very, very, very big demand here at 525, 524, right? That'll correlate to that 5250, 5270 on ES. So if we do come down into this area and we show strength, I would be interested for a relief bounce there. My main watch for a relief bounce, though, is going to be this 518, 515. If we come down to 518, 515, that'll be around that 5200, 5215 on ES. I 100% would take a high confidence relief bounce there. That would be an A+ setup for me. Higher risk level would be this 525, right? So the main watch, right? The main watch, right? 537, 538 reject. Main watch for a bounce is going to be 515, 518. Higher risk level, 525, and that's the game plan here. In terms of downside continuation, I mean, it's very, very likely that we see some systematic selling with all the fear in the market and the current state of what the market has been doing from last week into right now, right? So I just want to trade according to the chart. Levels are very clear. Like, we're just, in my opinion, like all knowledge out of the window, all emotions out of the window, all thoughts out of the window. Like, from a standpoint of just looking at the chart, if SPY opens at this 525, it's almost stupid from a technical standpoint, just looking at the chart to try to take a breakdown, right? It's literally almost stupid to try to take a breakdown when SPY's down 6% in 3 days with zero relief, right? The risk reward on that trade would be almost like, it'd be negative, right? It's not a good risk reward. Everything out of the window, right? So in my opinion, if we do see a gap down like we're seeing right now, tomorrow, if we are lower, obviously where we're trading right now, I think the risk reward would be long intraday, like short term, like tomorrow or this week. But over the midterm, long as we're below 537, 538, I think the risk reward would be short for a leg lower. Because as I spoke about, right, these daily charts, they're fully reversed. Like, this is a bearish chart. The structure on this chart is bearish. Weekly chart is starting to get, more bearish as well. NQ, in fact, is probably the most bearish out of them all. And you guys have seen why. I explained why. Especially the daily chart on NQ. I mean, just look at it, right? We obviously have our high, lower high, swept that previous low, put in a lower low, paired with another lower low, paired with another lower low. This is a full-blown bearish chart, sitting in correction territory, down 14%. I mean, it's very simple, right? So I think as long as we're trading below that 18,700, that 18,800, that's a good risk reward for a short position if we get up there, just to trade with the trend, right? Like, right now, the trend is down, right? Like 100%. There's no question about that. Is there something wrong with looking for those shorter term relief bounces? No, there's nothing wrong with that. But just keep in mind the way that the market's been moving. It's been systematic selling, very aggressive. If you go look at any of the charts from the past 3 trading days, there has been little to no relief. Even the relief that we have seen, say for example, the trade I took on Friday off of 5,300 on ES, this is a big move, right? This is a 40-point move on SPX, which translates to a $4 move on SPY. The ATR and the ranges are really, really wide, and that's awesome for us to capitalize off of if you're on the right side of the trade. So just keep that in mind, guys. Ranges are really wide. HR is really high, which would correlate to the ranges being high. So just keep that in mind. Levels are very nice to trade from. Let's just see what we get this week, all right? And yeah, so ES 5250, 5270 for a higher risk relief bounce. NQ, I'm already long right now. My stop's below 18,000. Ethereum, we're also in. Let's see where that's at right now. Sorry, I keep checking it. I just want to see where we're at. We're doing all right. We're up like 12%. Still holding. Let's go over these individual names, though, for the week ahead. I'm running a little bit behind schedule, so I got to speed it up. Right now, I do owe you guys one giveaway. The target is 300, as you guys can see. So if we hit the 300, I'll do another one as well. But, yeah, man. Side note, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for tuning in tonight. Hope you guys are getting some value from this. Hopefully you guys caught the Ethereum trade and you guys were able to make money. That would make me super happy. But yeah, man, once again, Sunday, 9 p.m. here every Sunday, right? I've been doing it for years, for free every Sunday. So when you guys show up, I'm very, very appreciative. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. And yeah, man. First watch, Amazon. Like I said, I don't really like going over charts when we gap down like this or we gap up like this, because the current state of the charts is not going to be the same in the morning. So we'll just breeze through this real quick. Amazon, very big supply, very big demand here. The game plan on Amazon is very open-ended. If we push back into the supply here at 174, 175, I would like to take a nice reject here. On the other hand, if we continue seeing weakness on Amazon, I want to watch this 160, 161 demand for a relief bounce. If Amazon just decides to let the bottom fall out below 160, this can get very ugly. So this 160 demand here should present nice opportunity. One, for a relief bounce, or two, if we get below it, we can look for a nice short entry. But based off Friday's close, as you guys can see here, right, that gap down off of earnings, we gapped down right into this major demand. We also closed a very strong pin bar, hammer doji, whatever you want to call it. So I do like this. I do like this in terms of a long setup based off Friday's close and how big this demand is at 160, 161. So I definitely want to look for a relief bounce there, back into that 174, 175 area, which is a major supply, as you guys can see here. So once we get back up in that supply, we can start looking to flip short for that reject here. Next, Google. Google's a chart I really like for multiple reasons. One is we're trading towards this major demand here at 160, 162. What I really want to point out here on Google, though, is look at the way it's traded relative to the market, right? So last week, Google's seen a move of about 4% in terms of the downside, right? Just look at this chart, right? There's not much downside here, right? There's not. Google's not showing weakness, right? This is showing strength, and I'm going to show you guys why. This is very important eye to have as a trader, and not many people talking about it. Trading names that are relative to the market, either outperforming or underperforming. In this case, Google last week was outperforming by how strong it was. I'm not talking about strong in terms of a massive upside move. I'm talking about strong in terms of how it held up when the market was losing its marbles, right? So if you look at this Google chart here, and then you go look at QQQ, which Google is pretty heavily weighted in QQQ and SPY. Look at the downside move here. It was catastrophic, right? SPY, enormous, right? Massive downside move. But if you go look at Google, it didn't really move to the downside, right? There's a lot of strength here in Google, and I think we can capitalize off of it in two ways. One way would be a pullback into this 160, 162 for a nice demand bounce. Or if we get back above this 170 level, we could look for pullbacks to go long, targeting 174 and that 176.50. So this is a nice name here that I'm watching for the week ahead in terms of a long setup. Next, NVIDIA. Absolutely like this chart a lot. Right now, we are testing this big uptrend trendline support for the third time, as you guys can see here. We're also approaching this massive structure here on NVIDIA from that big breakout of 96.97. So the game plan here on NVIDIA is two things, right? One is if we pull back, I want to watch this 100 psychological level for a higher risk long entry, all right? This can be my first watch. My main watch is going to be a bounce off of this 96.97. I would consider this an A+ setup, and I would like to put size on this trade down to 96.97 for a long entry. On the flip side, if we decide to get strong here above 108.70, which is Friday's highs, I would like to look for those pullbacks to go long into 112 and then 116. And that is the game plan here on NVIDIA. I like this a lot. Next, Tesla. Tesla is a tricky setup here for a few reasons, right? One is I like it long, right? The reason pause. I like Tesla's chart for longs because of where it's trading, right? Reason being is we are testing a major demand here at 205, right? If you look at the chart, right, this was a previous support, turned resistance, and it also is that daily 50 and 200 MA. So this is a very, very nice demand here. The game plan on Tesla is going to be open-ended due to where we're currently trading though. Tesla is essentially trading in that demand right now. So game plan is going to be very simple, right? If we hold this demand, 205, 206, we can look for a long entry there, right? If we get back above 210, that puts us in squeeze territory. We'll likely see that move back into 220, right? So either look for that 205 hold or above 210 for longs on Tesla. On the flip side, right, if Tesla does break this major demand here at 205 and we get below 205, we can look for that short back into 205 for a move down into this 200 psychological level. So regardless, I think Tesla's chart could provide a lot of value this week or the upcoming trading days due to where it's trading. So I like Tesla a lot for this upcoming trading week. Yeah, man, I had to pause for a second after what the fuck I said. I was like, bro, hold on a second. Something ain't right with that. Something is not right. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Alright, let's get it. Yeah, I just had to think about it for a second. I do got a question for you guys. Moving forward, you guys want me to have your camera on or camera off? I don't mind either way. Completely up to you guys. I'm pretty sure you guys want to look at the charts, not me. But if you want to look at me, I'm more than happy to turn the camera on. Lastly, here we have AMD. AMD is a chart that I really like for one main reason, which isn't insanely extended. AMD got absolutely annihilated these past 3 trading weeks, trading about 30% from its recent high. And I think we see some nice relief here due to where it's currently trading. So AMD I like a lot due to how overextended it is in this massive demand. So if AMD continues to see weakness down into 125, 126, I would look for a nice relief bounce off of that demand. Maybe even a swing entry with a stop below 124. Upside, if we get above Friday's highs at 137, I think this can see a nice squeeze back into 140. Above 140, we're back into 145, maybe even this 150 level. So I think as long as AMD holds this demand here, could be some nice value for longs here. All right? And yeah, guys, that's what I'm watching on AMD. And that's what I'm watching for this week ahead. Let's get it, y'all. So we've covered ES, we've covered MQ, we covered Amazon, we covered Tesla, Google, NVIDIA, AMD. There's a lot to digest after tonight. I know a lot of you guys probably took notes. I would even encourage even go back and rewatch it, right? But yeah, man, let's get it. Next, what we got? Oh, couple swings I want to watch. Ford absolutely got shit on last week. Ford is down about 33% from essentially middle of July till now. Ford is approaching a massive demand here at 965. I personally would look for a swing on Ford. If Ford continues pulling back into this 960, 970 area, I think this is worthy of a short-term swing, maybe even a mid-term swing, with a stop loss below that 950 level. So this is what I'm going to watch for the week ahead, or these upcoming trading days. Ford, we can look for a swing off of this 9.6, 9.7 area. Your stop loss would be below 9.5, and we'd look for a move back into 1050 plus, right? So this is one chart I like here for a swing due to this massive demand, and I think we can get some value from that. Next chart I like for a potential swing is Marriott. I actually like this the most. This is one of my top swing watches for the week ahead, and this is for a very, very valid reason. If you look at Marriott here, we're retesting a massive, massive, massive structure here. Started to see nice strength through Friday's bar. What I like here is two things, right? If Marriott pulls back into this 210, 211 area, I would like to enter a swing position. My stop loss for this swing would be below 209. 209 is my stop here. I likely would grab contracts for about a month or two out. My target would be back into 220 and this 229 level on Marriott. I like this swing a lot. You guys can see why. This is just a macro break and retest. I think this chart can have a lot of value for us. So I like that a lot. So Marriott would be swing number one. I like the most. Forward behind it. I do want to talk about crowd as well. I know a lot of you guys are in crowd. I'm personally looking to enter as well. Crowd is currently approaching a massive, massive demand here at 205, 200. Started to see a little bit of strength on Friday. Currently trading about 47% from our recent highs. I think this is right up there with Marriott. I would consider this an A+ swing, right? So honestly, you could enter off market open on Monday. Longs on crowd. Just grab time about a month or two out. I'm personally going to enter as well. And if we pull back into this 205, 200 area, I'm going to look to add more with the stop below 200. My target's going to be back into this 240 area. This is an A+ swing I like on crowd for exactly what I just stated. So I like this a lot. This is a macro demand retest. We're also sitting at that 0.618 retracement from 52 weeks lows. I like this a lot. You can enter pretty much exactly on Monday. And yeah, if it pulls back in that 200, 205, we'll add more on crowd. I like this a lot. So this is what I'm going to watch for the week ahead as well. So Marriott and crowd would be number one. Forward behind it. Snow, I also like as well soon. If Snow continues pulling back into this 110 level, I think we can get nice value here. Snow pulls back into 110. We could look to enter a swing. At around 105 with a stop loss below 100. I like this for an equity play. So you can honestly pick up some equity Monday on Snow. Take an ad at 110. Keep your stop loss below 100. These are my top swing watches for the week ahead. Snow 100 to 110 for a swing. Crowd, once again, I'm going to enter Monday market open. My game plan on crowd is if we continue pulling back into 205, I want to add some more. If we continue pulling back into 200, I'm going to add a little bit more. And then my stop loss is going to be below 200. My target is going to be back into 240. So very, 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 very nice risk reward in this trade. Crowd's down about 49% from recent highs. I think we can get a nice swing here from crowd off of this 200, 205 demand. Ford off of 960. Marriott off of 210. Snow off of 110. And yeah, man, I even like coin, right? Coin, I don't really want to discuss too much because obviously we just seen a massive move in crypto over this weekend. And it's likely not going to be trading where it is right now tomorrow. So I'll post this tomorrow. I'll update it once I see where coin opens. But as you guys can see, this is a major demand test on coin here at this 187, 195 area, which is also that daily 200 MA and that macro break and retest. So as you guys can see, as you guys heard tonight from what I covered, we have an absolute massive week ahead. There's a lot of opportunity coming. I've posted multiple times about it. If you guys haven't, get capital ready, right? I don't want anything from you guys. I'm just giving you guys very, very sound advice, right? This is my personal opinion. If you choose to follow it, you're likely to make money. But, hey, I'm just being honest with you, right? Put money to the side. Get it in your brokerage. Get ready, whether it's crypto, whether it's stocks. To be honest, both. What I encourage is make sure that you do not day trade and swing in the same account. Bottom line is, though, whatever you can afford in terms of capital, put it to the side. Get ready to add long term. Get ready to pick up these swings. There's a lot of value is coming our way. A lot of opportunity. We're prepared. Preparation met with the opportunity equals an absolute fucking bank robbery. So that's where I'm at right now. I got a shit ton of capital on the side. I'm ready to slam some shit. So that's where I'm currently at. My top watches for a swing once again. Crowd 210 to really 200. I'm going to pick that up on Monday. Ford needs a little bit lower. Marriott 210 to 11. As long as that holds, I'm going to enter a swing here. Snow I like as well. 110 down to 100. That is my main watch. Going to pick up a swing there as well. And yeah, man, that's what I'm watching for the week ahead. And let's see where we're at. We're at 310, so I owe you guys 2 giveaways. Let's go ahead and knock that out real quick, and we'll go ahead and call it a night, all right? So first, let's do the first keyword is going to be pause. If you're sub to the channel, you get double the luck. Let's get it. First is pause. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's up to you guys. Yeah, okay, so you guys want the camera on from now on? I'll turn it on, no problem. Turn it on, no problem. Where's everything at? Why is it not popping up? Hello? What's going on here? Bro, is this thing not working? Bro, what? I think we got some technical difficulties on aisle 1, y'all. Give me 1 second. Why did it just change to Spanish? What the fuck is going on here? Yo. What is happening right now? I guess this little bot thingy's down. Huh. I don't know what I can do. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna try to figure this out. Why isn't this working? Hold on a second. I don't know why. Hold on a second, guys. I'm trying to get this shit figured out. Might have to just do it old fashioned in the chat. You see? I don't know why this shit's not working. Yeah, they're doing me dirty right now. I guess it's down. Yeah, I guess it's down. Alright. Let's see. Damn, man. It's not working. I don't know what to do. Do a rain check for next time. Yeah, I guess we'll have to. I don't want to do it the old-fashioned way because like me scrolling through, I don't feel like it's fair. Yeah, we'll just do it next week. All right, that's cool. We'll do it at the beginning. We'll do it. We'll do it at the beginning. We'll do it at the beginning. My bad, y'all. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that thing. Yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. We'll just do it next week, or we'll do it on Instagram sometime this week. But yeah, that was definitely an unexpected pause. There we go, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on with pause tonight, but hey, shit got paused. Yeah, no, we'll just do it. I owe you guys 2 giveaways. Dom, where you at? Don't let me forget, please. Thank you, brother. Everybody shout out to Dom, man. He's behind all the graphics on my Instagram. We've been working together for years now, man. We're about to go crazy again. I took some time to myself in terms of content because the content is so fucking draining. It's not even funny. I hate doing it, but it's good to do in terms of growth. But yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live. Seriously, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. I owe you guys 2 giveaways. Make sure that gets done ASAP. And, oh shit, let me check, there we go. Where are we at? That's alright. We're still up 10%. I'm going to hold. In queue, I'm still holding as well. My stop's below 18,000. And yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Hopefully you guys had a great night as well with me. Let's have an absolute great week. We got some beautiful setup, tons of opportunity. Once again, guys, make sure you're getting capital to the side for these swings, for these long-term ads. I'll be sure to post everything I can. And yeah, man, once again, appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have an absolute great night. And I'll see the majority of you guys tomorrow for some live trading. Peace, y'all. Good night.